I'm open to selling Bruno Fernandes. I am.
We're in a phase, yeah, with Manchester United where we need to be open to selling anyone.
Really and truly, yeah.
Really
Yeah.
and truly, we need to be open to selling anyone because, okay, Bruno Fernandes stays for another year.
Mm.
I mean, he's definitely going to be looking at another deal or his final kind of deal, considering the amount of games he plays. He's going to want another big check. And you're going to have to think to yourself, as we give him the next check, he's going to turn 31, 32, 33 by that point. Do we really want to do that? And then it becomes like a point where we can't part ways with him and he goes on a free. You have to think of that as well. And if we keep him, yes, he ends up winning the Europa League this year, and that would be great, whatever. But I also feel like that would be a great way to say thank you very much for your services. It would be a fantastic way to say thank you very much. 85 million. See you later. You've said 100 million plus. I don't know how much you said, but
I said on the big six, right? Big up to Nedu in the chat. I said, yeah, on the big six, if they come in, I want around 120 million.
Never possible.
I'd give him 400, but I'm not gonna lie to you. They wanted Matoma for 90 million.
Yeah.
They wanted him for 90 million. Matoma, don't get me wrong, I think he's a good player. I like him, but is Matoma 90 million?
No.
But they bid it and Brighton rejected that amount because they said, yo, we don't want to sell him. If they were to come in and make an offer that is not refusable, yeah, and they give in 120 million, sometimes you got to say, okay, hold on a minute. You know, you might not rate the player, Faz. This is where you don't allow.
It's like the Salah bid. Remember the Darwin Núñez bid?
Yeah.
How much was the Darwin Núñez bid?
I'm not sure what they bidded. Chat will have to let me know.
Someone in the chat, remember, and Hussam went into a meltdown when Liverpool rejected it. Absolute meltdown. They went crazy. It's like that. If a mad offer comes in, Manchester United have to entertain it, bro. And by mad offer, 85 plus, 90 plus add-ons and whatever into the hundreds of millions, then you can say, yeah, you know what? Okay, let's actually dissect how we can, because bro, selling Bruno Fernandes clears PSR, everything clear. Everything clear, all our problems with the window.
What we have to make it clear that United are adamant they don't want to sell him. Like very, very adamant, yeah. They don't want to sell Bruno Fernandes. You feel me? Like that is the manager won't have it. I don't think majority of the board would have it. I don't think majority of fans would have it. This is just me and you. Well, you know, I mean, we're from Manchester. We're just saying, yeah, let's have it. But we're just as fans here. Also, would Bruno Fernandes want to leave as well? You know what I mean? I don't think he is intending to leave Man United. Like, say, for example, we go in the Champions League next year, and, you know, I mean, hopefully we do. Do you think Bruno Fernandes leaves that Champions League to go to
No chance. Think about, for example, Jamie Vardy's 38 years old, and unfortunately, he's just been relegated, and he still wants to play Premier League football at 38.
Yeah. Why shouldn't he be? He still believes in the Premier League.
He still believes he can play in a team in Premier League. And Bruno Fernandes, after the season he's had, there's no way he's in the right mind to think, I'm going to leave Champions League football to go to Saudi Arabia. So even if they come in with 120, 130, I think Bruno himself is not accepting it. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruno himself be like, I don't want to go. I'm not leaving. Unless they pay like some daft amount of money to him. And we already pay him daft amount of money. Don't forget. How much money do we give him a week? 380, something like that? 350?
Yeah, I don't know how much we give. He's on 350. So,
unless Saudi come in with something crazy like 600, 700, 800, and other than that, I don't see Bruno Fernandes leaving. It's just not possible. I think
you know what it is. The news came out today. Yeah, that I was thinking to myself, nah, man, there's no point even talking about it. But when like I said to you, I seen the Fabrizio when he says Al-Hilal have a genuine interest in Bruno Fernandes as one of their top targets this summer. Man United see Bruno as a crucial player staying for Ruben Amorim. No talks have started between clubs, no bid or club-to-club approach. Man United is on clear plan to keep Bruno. And then there was another comment that he said as well there, more on Bruno. He said he's been a top target for Saudi already 2 years ago and last summer too before he signed a new deal at Man United. Ruben Amorim considers Bruno as key, crucial piece of his project and clearly doesn't want Bruno to leave. this is the sort of thing that if he was to leave, then the manager would be wanting to leave as well. You know what I mean? Like it's obrigado, obrigado. You know what I'm saying? Like obrigado, obrigado. Like listen. I think for me, United can survive without Bruno, and I think it would be a good thing to understand that, you know what, we haven't got one player that's providing the stats and whatnot, and we haven't got one player that, you know, United see as a savior, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But then also, I understand that in this period now, when we are in right now, who can get you out of a situation? Who can score a goal? Who can get you the assist? It's Bruno, whether we like it or not. Yeah, I mean, when you really doubt the brother, he gon' slap a couple of G and yo, you say you man, you know what I mean? Hold that. I'm saying to you. So we know that. But I generally think in the long term, and this again, I don't know what is long term with Man United, yeah. Manchester United and what Bruno Fernandes gives you, I think what he doesn't give you as well, I think we need to move away from that as well. I think for me personally, anyway. Like when I look at his midfield position, when I look at where he's really going to play in this system right now, I think sometimes we put him in there because of what he can have in terms of influence of goals. But necessarily, is that a long-term position for him in that 10 or the right 10? Is it a long-term position for him in the 6? You know what I mean? Like he's more of a 10-10, a guy that can play in a 4-2-3-1 as that sole 10. You know, in this system here, at the start, we found it very difficult. Remember, he was struggling at the start. And then he managed to find his way in. So, but the level of importance right now is very, very high because the rest of them aren't performing. Let's be honest. Bruno's the one that's performing. The rest of them aren't. You know, not to maybe standard. Ahmad was there. But other than that, no one really is performing to his standard. You know what I mean? But then you then see that as something, you know.
In a team, you lose your main kind of threat, but it doesn't mean that the team are not going to be able to score goals. We've lost Xerxes and Ahmad, and yet still managed to see through Europe and, you know, see through games. Some majority games we haven't done well, sure, but it's not the be all and end all. I feel like if Man United do get money for Bruno Fernandes, and if it's invested correctly, you're able to build, the team with numerous players, not just one. Numerous different players you can go and get for that sort of money. And especially how you have to think how Ratcliffe thinks about getting the next projects, the next up and coming, the younger players. You can go and get a 22, 23, 24-year-old for 30, 40 million. You can get 3-4 of them if you clear Bruno Fernandes with that sort of money.
Yeah.
If we keep Bruno Fernandes, what is our aspirations to win next year? Playing in the Champions League isn't an aspiration in like for a club like Man United. Playing in the Champions League shouldn't be the aspiration. It should be going into the finals. You should be winning the trophies. Yes, we're winning the Europa League, touch wood, this year. Inshallah, we win the Europa League. But what's next year if we keep him? That's how I got to look. Liverpool just lost Trent. And I see them crying. They lost Trent after they just won the league. Not even like after they, you know what I'm saying? Remember when Aubameyang left Arsenal? He was like after the FA Cup or something.
That hurt a lot of Arsenal fans, but they saw because the manager wanted to get rid of a player. This one wouldn't be a case of United getting rid of a bad egg, but it's an offer that is almost looking at you glaringly like, yo, 120 million. Is it one of them where are you going to get a better offer than that if United bid for that? You feel me? Like it's
and
like when
goes around comes around, because in 3 years' time, Man United fans will be looking at this. 2 years' time, they'll be looking at this. They'll say, "Oh, we should have accepted 100 million."
Yeah,
they will.
Yeah,
they will, because how many people have come around and said we should have accepted Napoli's offers in January for Garnacho?
True.
We should have entertained it.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? And now you're looking at like you saw reports, right? Garnacho 20 million of his valuation slashed. If we keep Bruno Fernandes for 2 years and today he's worth 100 million, in 2 years' time, is he going to be worth 60 million, 70 million? That's how you look at it. In 2 years' time, is he going to be able to give me 60 million back? Probably not. If his deal's running out as well, probably not. You're probably going to get chump change. But in those 2 years, is Bruno going to give you 60 million pound worth of output? Are we going to win a Premier League? Can we win a FA Cup? Can we win a Europa?
We're going to be a cup team more than anything, really. Let's be honest.
Can we win more cups? That's how I look at it. I don't mind keeping Bruno Fernandes, but I look at the yin and yang balance. If I keep Bruno Fernandes, in 2 years, can I get 60, 70, 80 million pound worth of output? But then if I go and get a younger player, I can sell that younger player if it doesn't work. I can make shift with that. You know what I'm saying? But then Bruno's also the captain. If you lose Bruno Fernandes, whether you and me want to see him in the car park, whatever,
you lose a captain now. Yeah,
he's a big figure in the
dressing room. Absolutely. Yeah,
we don't have many big figures. Weekend, it was Luke Shaw, the captain, bro. Deep that. Do you know what I'm saying?
And like, I'd rather see Bruno Fernandes than these Luke Shaws.
100%.
You know what I mean? 100%. But again, like, for example, this question here, big up to Rowan State Lewis, says, say the impossible happens. Who replaces Bruno? Listen, I think for me, there's always going to be that question. But listen, Cunha's there, Embuemo, you know what I mean? Like, you do get goals and assists from them. You know what I mean? Like, you can go and get these players that might not get you Bruno GA, but then this is where I believe the plus of maybe getting rid of a Bruno Fernandes is that we don't rely on one player to get the numbers now. You then now get players and say, right, we're going to spread the goals and assists now, and we're going to make sure that we are insistent on Ahmad getting goals, Xerxes, whoever. Obviously, you got Buemo, Cunha. If you do them, get them players there now, they can get you goals and assists, and then it's spread around a little bit more.
Yeah, but Bruno's no Mohamed Salah.
From a midfielder, though, he has got impressive numbers.
You've seen Bruno Fernandes in the season get bare of his GA from penalties after Martial was winning the penalties.
Yeah.
You have seen that. You've seen Bruno Fernandes sign for Man United, score bangers from outside the box, and then gone disappearing for season on season. So it's not like you haven't seen it. It's because if Manchester United was in the same position as they are right now, but the goals were separated with like Garnacho, Xerxes, Rasmus. If Rasmus had, I don't know, 30% of Bruno's goals today, people would have said sell Bruno Fernandes. People are simply saying keep Bruno because of his GA. That's as simple as that. If Man United were exact same goals, exact same situation as they are going into the Europa League final, and Bruno had less goals, they would say sell Bruno. It's simply because of GA, people's opinions are changed, not performances.